throughout your entire firefighter test, it's important for you to read the question and identify in the mechanical aptitude section what simple machine you are working with and what type of question you are working on. Those two pieces will give you the direction you need to answer the question. In this question, we can see that we're working with levers, and we can see that they want us to determine how much effort is required. So when you see a lever question and when you are asked to determine how much effort is required to usually it's lift, in this case, it's lift the weight or balance the beam, you are going to be using the mechanical advantage formula for the lever. And if you are not aware of what that formula is, I will show you and then make a note in your notes to come back and memorize that, because they don't give you the formulas in your firefighter aptitude tests. Now, with this type of question and with any other question that you might find a little bit confusing, I do recommend that you draw it out, but particularly with the lever questions, because as you will see, the formula is in the diagram. So we've got our beam. Let the triangle stand for the fulcrum. On one side, we have our effort force. Opposite to effort is resistance. And then in between the effort and the fulcrum, we have our effort distance. And in between the fulcrum and the resistance, you have your resistance distance. So there is your formula. Effort times effort distance equals resistance distance times resistance. It might be different than what you were used to in your test preparation materials, but I like this formula the best because it is right in the diagram and you don't really have to think about it as long as you're drawing your diagrams out. Okay, so there's your formula for the lever, and this formula will help you determine effort and resistance depending on what your question is asking for. In this case, they want us to solve the effort. So now what we have to do is plug in our variables. So we will leave E as it is because that's what we're trying to determine, the value of the E or how much effort is required. And then the question goes on to say, how much effort does it take for a firefighter to lift a 300 kilogram weight? Now, weight, load, and resistance are all interchangeable terms. So that is going to be your resistance, 300 kilograms. Next, it says with an 8-meter long lever, if the fulcrum is 2 meters from the weight. So that means the total distance of our lever is 8 meters. And then remember, the distance between the fulcrum and the resistance is known as our resistance distance. So that is going to be a 2. So now we have to figure out what our effort distance is. And to do that, you're going to take the total length of the beam and subtract it by the resistance distance. So 8 minus 2 is going to give you 6. And that is how you're going to set up your lever question. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every week I come back to do a video for you that will help you in your aptitude test preparation. My name is Luann and I own Smart Tutoring. If you'd like to work with me, you can find me online at smarttutoring.ca. I'd be happy to work with you. Thank you and have a smart day.